Welcome back again, folks, to the show. Alright, folks, welcome back. Thanks for coming back and keeping it here again. Well, I've been over on Facebook reading and arguing, talking about taking an acoustic guitar and making it a left-handed guitar, a right-handed one I'm talking about, just like this one right here. A regular acoustic guitar, this is the one I've been working on. Stringing it up backwards. Can you do it? Will it hurt the guitar? Does anything change? You can do it, and people do it all the time, but I don't recommend that at all, man. I mean, you know, you have to file a new nut, or you should. There's people on Facebook doing it, and that's all they're doing. They say, all I did was just string mine up left-handed. I didn't make no saddle, no nut, or anything. Well, there's issues with that. You can do it, and it's not good for your guitar to do that. Your guitar was not, if it's a right-handed guitar, it's not designed to have the stress pull on it. You know, you got like voicing bars that run kind of up this way inside the guitar. Two of them. Usually there's two of them. And, you know, they run this way. You know, when you change the way the stress is being pulled, you put these big strings down here and the little strings here, and you turn it around so you know it's left-handed. Your low E would be up here, see, and your high E down here. Them voicing bars are still turned the same way inside of there, you know what I mean? And you're changing the way the guitar, the stress is pulled on it. You're changing it in a way that the guitar is not designed to do that way, you know? Your saddle back here, if you look at the saddle, you can see the saddle is angled, you know, this way. This part of the saddle is closer to the hole than this side of it is. See what I mean? That's to intonate the guitar, to help get it a little bit closer. Okay, when you, I'm just going to come over there and get you. I could probably tell you better with the camera in hand. So let's go all shaky cam on your ass. Okay, if I can get the guitar up here a little bit better. Your saddle is angled for a reason, okay? These voicing bars inside of here are turned this way for a reason. They don't run down this way, they run this way. There's reasons they do that stuff, you know? And when you got 120, 160, 150 pounds of pull on this, you don't want to, look at the top, how thin this top is. This way. See what I mean? That's not very thick, man. And your braces were designed to hold the strings on the guitar just like this, the way it's strung up. If it's a right-handed guitar, and this one is. So what happens when you reverse the strings? Well, your intonation's never going to be right with the saddle turned the way it is on a right-handed guitar. You need to either fill that slot, take the saddle out, fill the slot with the, well, in this case it'd be rosewood dust, and then reroute a new slot in there, slanted this way, the opposite of the way it's slanted now. Make this side closer to the sound hole, and this side farther away. Okay? And then you're still going to have these voicing bars, tone bars, people call them different things. They're still going to be, you know, like that. You're changing the stress. You're not going to get the same sound out of the guitar because it's not designed to have the low E string up here and the high E string over here. You're nuts. I file nut slots out according to the gauge of string. Now I know a lot of people just take a file and they'll take one file and file all 6 slots out with it. I don't like to do that. I mean, they don't come from a factory that way. You can look at them and see this slot is a lot wider than this one is. And they're probably different depths too. The slot I'm talking about from the top of the nut's what I'm talking about, see? So you would need really to do it right, or there is no right way to do it. I mean, you shouldn't do a right-handed guitar that way, but, you know, they're talking about on Facebook stringing them up left-handed and using the same nut. There's no way the nut action up here can be right. You know, it can't be set properly unless they file these out or build them up with CA glue and baking soda. I use bone dust and CA glue and build them up and then file them back out, you know, completely brand new again to match the string, because this will be your first string right here. second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. This would be where your low E would be. And your dots are going to be on the wrong side. I mean, I watch these dots religiously, man, when I'm playing guitar, you know, to help know where I am. I used to bend over, you know, and look over the guitar at the fretboard. And my dad, I think, told me, he said, well, look at the dots. That's what them dots is in there for. Look at those. And that's the way I always did after that. But those are going to be, you know, you're going to be looking at the guitar from this side. And there is no dots over here. As you can see, I can't see the camera, but I know there's none there. If you're a left-handed player and you want a left-handed guitar, my advice is don't do this. Just get a left-handed guitar. You know, get one that's built for a left hand. And then the voicing bars, tone bars, whatever you call them, where you live, run the right direction. It's going to be built to handle the stress, you know, opposite of what this guitar right here is. And you're going to be a way happier camper. Even the pick guard's going to be on the right side. You can get guitars, Martin makes them, with a pick guard, matching pick guards on both sides of the sound hole. People think, oh, it's a left-handed or right-handed guitar. No, it's not. It's not. It's a right-handed guitar, usually. And it's just got two pick guards on it. They think because it has, they was arguing that in the Facebook groups. They said, you know, if it's got two pick guards identical, you can string it up either way. Well, no, you can, but you shouldn't. Especially if it's a right-handed guitar and the slot, saddle slot, is angled in that direction. See what I mean? I can't get the camera up there far enough, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's farther from this side of the saddle to this corner of the fretboard extension than it is from this side. This side's closer from here, from the saddle to the fretboard extension corner there. And that's turned that way to give, you know, to intonate it as much as they can. And then you have the width, you know, from here to here of adjustment. Now you can cheat a little bit on that and shove a piece of bone up under here and extend that out. You know, I've seen people do that before. It's not good. It's going to change the sound. But you can do that and correct your intonation, just like I file on the nuts up here. People says, well, you play a note, anything behind the note ain't going to matter. Well, yeah, it does matter too. That's why they sell nuts intonated. If you file, say on the string right here, if you file right where the string leaves the nut, okay, and I filed up in here like that, where my fingernail is, then I just increased the entire scale length of that string. But that's another story, getting off on another thing there now. Anyways, what I was wanting to talk about was that people stringing them up left-handed, taking a right-handed guitar and stringing it up to be played left-handed. That's a no-no. Don't do it. Get you a left-handed guitar if you're a left-handed person, and don't string a right-handed one up left-handed, because you're never going to get intonation's never going to be right, man. Like I say, people do it all the time, you know, but you really shouldn't do that to your guitar because it was not built, if it's a right-handed guitar, and not designed to have that stress pull back here in those ways, reversing, you know, the strings on it. Get your left-handed one, you'll have dots up, you know, the fret marker dots I was talking about. You'll have them on the left, you know, on the side that you play with if you're a left-handed person. All kinds of stuff going on around me here tonight, so I'm trying to stay focused on this. But the saddle slot, there again, it'll be slanted in the right direction if you buy a left-handed guitar. You know, if I took this guitar right here, and I flopped the strings over and made a left-handed guitar out of it, so there's, as they call it on Facebook, it's not going to intonate right. It is not going to intonate right with that bridge, with that saddle turned that way, the way it is. That's a right-handed guitar. And it's not going to intonate right turned around left-handed like that. Especially if you play up the neck here on higher notes, it's going to be worse and worse and worse as you come up the neck. You might not notice it so much playing cowboy chords, but you're going to notice it. I mean, you know, if you come up the neck, like I say, the farther up the neck you come, the more you're going to hear the intonation being completely out. Wrong, man. And there's not enough saddle back there to even adjust it that much. I have filled in, you know, had to move the saddle before, and I have filled slots in with ebony dust. It was an ebony bridge. I filled the slot in with ebony completely. Figured out where the saddle needed to go for the guitar to intonate right, and then reroute a new saddle slot in there in a different place from where the one was. So you could, like this guitar, fill the slot and re-slot it out, slant it the other way. You know, make it note better, intonation right, left-handed wise, I'm talking. But why would you want to do that? Because like I say, these voicing bars still want to be wrong. They're built for a right-handed guitar. And you just shouldn't do that, man. I know people do it all the time, and I know people have done it for years and they never had any guitar trouble. And, you know, maybe you'll have guitar trouble, maybe you won't. But the guitar definitely was not built and designed to handle stress like that. Now, if you did yours that way and it's lasted a long time, you've been a lucky person. You've been very lucky. So, you know, I wouldn't recommend doing it. I just wouldn't do it. That's my rant for today. I see them over on Facebook talking about all this stuff all the time, man. And I don't talk very much on there. I don't have time, really, to. But I like to get in there and read about what they're talking about. Luthiers, even. Some of the stuff they say over there, wow, man. I can't believe they would even argue some of the points. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't string your right-handed guitar up left-handed. Don't do it. Just don't do it, man. And you'll be a happier camper if you're left-handed, if you just purchase a left-handed guitar. It's built for you to play left-handed. Cheers. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Alright, Cue Ball wanted to get on and steal the show. We got Zeke here, and we're going to sing a little bit of three-way harmony for you. Dog harmony. Whoo! Tell them, we love you. What? How's that? Sing it with me. Good. Get up in there.